Alright, so I'm coming for all your toes. I'm coming to step on all your toes. I'm coming to drape all the shirts. What's good, everybody? It's your girl AmandaSpeaks, and I'm coming back to you with another video. What's good, Mandy Squad? So first of all, if you're new to my channel, you haven't heard about AmandaSpeaks, you haven't heard about Mandy Squad. Man, I don't know where you've been at, I don't know what's going on, but we're so happy that you made it to this channel. And if you want to be a part of this amazing family, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button beside it so you won't miss any further videos. And without further ado, let's hop into this video. So I'm coming for all your toes. I'm coming to step on all your toes. I'm coming to drape all the shirts, because when I began to dig into this topic, I'm just like, we might have a problem. So this topic originally came from me posting a poll on my story on my Instagram. If you are not following your girl, shameless plug, follow your girl on Instagram at AmandaSpeaks876, because I post consistently there, and you can be a part of, the community there, as well as that's my way of integrating you into my decisions. And yeah. So I had a poll on my Instagram of integrity versus loyalty, and surprisingly, a lot of people went with loyalty. I thought that a lot of us would have gone with integrity. Personally, integrity is mine, but just off of an unbiased perspective, I thought a lot of persons would have valued persons with integrity, despite if they're loyal or not. But I guess not. So I decided to dig into this topic, and let me just define two things first. So loyalty is said to be giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution, while integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, as well as it was saying that it is the state of being whole and undivided. And a synonym that was used for integrity was also faithfulness. And I found that quite intriguing, because a lot of persons would use faithfulness for loyalty. But there is a distinct difference. Not because I'm loyal means I'm honest. Not because I'm loyal means that I'm whole or I'm undivided. I can support you, which is me being loyal to you, but lack integrity. And a lot of persons never thought about it that way. But to have integrity means that you're whole, you're undivided, you are a person of character. And not all the people that we think are loyal has character. I can support you. I don't even have to correct you to be loyal to you. I don't have to tell you that you're wrong to be loyal to you. I can be a yes person, a yes man, a yes woman to you, and you'd consider me to be loyal, even though you're basically treading down death's path. And I want to say that I was listening to TC, that's Transformation Church, the Dig, so that's Deeper in God, and they were having a panel discussion, and one of them mentioned the term lethal loyalty, and I'm like, well, wait. Nobody really associates loyalty being something dangerous, being something that can actually harm you, because everybody always talking about loyalty, and you got to stand up for your brother, stand up for your sister, snitches get stitches, them starts as something they like. Loyalty means a lot to persons, but there is such a thing as lethal loyalty, and lethal means to be destructive, harmful, and is sufficient to cause death. Some of the persons and some of the things that we're holding on to, and we're saying that they're our besties, they're our ride or dies, they are actually contributing to our destruction. They're contributing to our death. And while it not be a physical death where somebody, them set you up and them kill you, blah, 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 but they can be contributing to the deterioration of your emotional, your psychological, your moral perspective. They can be contributing to diminishing who you are and your identity on a whole. but we still put them under the brackets of being loyal. They have been with me since day one. They were my first friend. They were my first best friend. They are my best friends. They're their sister, they're a brother. But if you're supposed to analyze yourself right now, what have they been contributing to your life? Have they added growth, or have they just increased your toxicity? Because we all have toxic behaviors and toxic traits. But are the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, whether family, friend, relationship, I don't know, but are the people that we are surrounding ourselves with, are they adding to our growth and helping us to mature? Because when you have people of integrity, you automatically get loyalty. And lots of persons never thought about that. But we automatically get loyalty. Why? Because if you have persons that are full of integrity, persons who are honest, persons who are whole, which means that they don't depend on you to survive. They don't depend on you, your perspective and your yes for them to tell you the truth. They don't depend on your mistakes to feel better. They're whole in themselves. They're whole in what they're doing. They're whole in their mindset. Now, not to say that these are perfect persons and these are persons who don't make mistakes and they don't have their own toxic traits. That's not what I'm saying. But they are content with their growth, with their development. And they're also welcoming for advice and for wisdom. But they're still whole. They're not broken. They are not lacking anything, and they don't need your validation to feel appreciated, nor do they need you to justify them. Their character speaks for themselves, and they are not undivided, which means that they're not fickle. They're not going to say, oh, if them tell you the truth, you're not gonna like them, or oh, if them did this, then they won't be in this crowd. No. They're full of integrity, so much to the point where if I have to lose all of you, if I have to lose all of this just to maintain my character, to maintain my integrity, I will. Because the truth is, what you have to do in dishonesty will always end in destruction. What you have to hide and do, and you have to get your hands dirty, eventually it will be exposed. It might not be exposed right now and you think you got away with it, but whatever you have to do in dishonesty, in deception, in people pleasing will always be exposed, and you will never feel fulfilled. But if you did something in integrity, if you did something that did not take anything away from you or your identity or what you believe in, it will always come back to you, and maybe even press down, shake it together, running over, that we always talk about. And no, guys, that scripture is not just for offering. I used to think so too, but what we give out is what we will get. If we give out deception, deception will come to us. If we give out integrity, standard, and loyalty, because as I said, loyalty is automatic when you're a person of integrity, because you're looking for that person to win. You don't see them as competition. You genuinely want to see them happy. You genuinely want to help them. You genuinely want the best for them, because they're not your competition. They're not your competition, and I found that so interesting, because some of us really be holding on to people who are really causing us to die daily. And the thing is that we always want to say, nobody can tell me what to do, nobody infiltrates my thoughts, nobody does this, nobody does that. That's a lie. What we listen to, who has our mindset, who has control over us, and that's not necessarily telling us what to do. But if the first thought pops into our minds, and I did a video on their perspective, if you haven't watched that, you can click the thing up here after this video, or you can click it in the description. But if the first thing that pops into our head is, what are they gonna think? They have power over us, whether we believe it or not. They have power over us. And while it's not always a bad thing, it's still a form of power and control. So me saying it's not a bad thing in the sense where, we grew up in a morally sound home, and our parents created standards and stuff like that. That's not necessarily a bad control in the sense where you know what's right from wrong, you know that this is not appropriate and this is just not right overall. So that's what I mean by some of them are not wrong or bad control. Now look at this. Some of us would rather have yes men on our team, people who are loyal to us, to the board, to our decisions, to our actions, even though it's leading us down a deteriorating path. And the thing is, they see that it's leading down a deteriorating path, even though you don't. Is that really loyalty? And would you want that type of loyalty? Because the truth is, when we look at loyalty, we're looking at all the positive sides. We're looking at the fact that, they'll never snitch on us. They'll never talk behind our backs. They'll never badmouth us. They'll always stand up for us. They're always rooting for us, supporting us. But suppose their support is lethal. Suppose their support is not really support. It's just because they're afraid of your reaction. Some of us, and that leads me to another point, some of us have persons in such an emotional chokehold that they feel as though they can't express how they really feel around you. Not because they don't want to. Because a lot of us, when persons don't tell us the truth, we automatically want to call them fake. No. Some of these persons are not fake. They're afraid of you. They're intimidated by you. Or they want to love you the right way and tell you the truth, but because they know the reaction they're gonna get, they're like, I'd rather just squash that, and hopefully they find out the truth sooner or later. We literally have persons in an emotional chokehold to the point where if you don't agree with me, you're not my friend, you're a hater. Even haters tell us the truth sometimes. It's just that when we get the truth, where are we getting it from? Would you prefer to get it from your hater or from your friend? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Loyalty is not always being right with us. Loyalty is supposed to go in tandem with integrity. It should be that you are supporting me, yes, and you're riding for me, but you're not afraid to be a person of integrity and tell me the truth and tell me that I'm wrong and be honest with me. Tell me that it was my fault. Tell me that I'm the problem. But some of us would rather have yes men on our team than actually have people of integrity. And remember that I said before, having a good circle means having persons of integrity, and automatically you generate loyalty. Because the truth is, and I'm just going to tap into this a bit. I remember reading in the Bible, and a lot of times God did not destroy Israel because of the promise he made with David. And it got me thinking about legacy. Once you're a person of integrity, you leave a legacy of integrity for your kids, for your grandkids, for your great-grandkids, for your 5th, 6th, 10th generation, And when persons see that legacy of integrity, they remember you, but the persons who you left that legacy for also inherit favor from persons. And I'm not just talking about, people giving them stuff, physical stuff. Those can come, yes. But people look up to persons who have integrity. People fear, and I'm not talking about the fear of God, but I'm talking about people appreciate rather, and they appreciate persons of integrity. They ride and stick by persons of integrity. That's how you generate loyalty. You don't have to be my best friend to be loyal to me. A stranger can hear of my name and hear that I'm a person of integrity and automatically feel loyal to me. Because when you have integrity, I can trust you. I can trust you to know that you're not going to do something to harm me intentionally. You're not going to go out of your way to deceive me and to bite me and to, cut me off like that. I can trust you. That is what happened when you leave a legacy of integrity. Those who don't even know you will benefit from you. And that's why I even say your 10th generation. Because some persons will not hear about you. They might not remember you. They won't know you. But because of that legacy that you've left, they benefit from your integrity, from your character, from what you've left for them. And a lot of us need to think about that, because just as how we have persons leaving a legacy of integrity, we can also leave a different legacy. One of mistrust, one of dishonesty. Because if I only have loyalty and there's no integrity in the mix, what people are going to be looking at is what I was loyal to. Not necessarily my character, but what I was loyal to. And if what I was loyal to was nothing pretty, that's the legacy I left. Especially if it was rooted in deception, mistrust, lying, people pleasing, I automatically generate that, because people are going to start questioning, like, are you like that? Is that? Because people do judge us by the person that we're related to. And even if our character tells otherwise, they still have the question in the back of their head. So how come that happened and they're like this? And even with integrity, because the truth is, a lot of David's dynasty were horrible. Like, there were kings that were horrible, you know, but the promise that was made to David was never cancelled. It was never nullified. And a lot of their lives, even though they were horrible people, they were horrible kings, the promise that was made to David was never nullified, and their lives were spared. Their lives were spared. Next.